Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in here to Alleman, Iowa. Tonight we got a matchup of your North Polk Comets versus the DCG Mustangs. And should be a pretty exciting matchup. North Polk coming in this game on a 3-game win streak, beating Perry, Greene County, and as well as
Roland
Story. That is correct, yes. Very close matchup in Roland Story. That one went to overtime. And Greene County was a great game. Jevin Sullivan, 49 points on the night for Jevin Sullivan. And he just carried that team on his back to victory. And a very close win there. 3-point win, I believe. Maybe even 1 point. But yeah, 49 points for Jevin on 24 shot attempts. So that's very good numbers from him. And it was just a great night all around for the Comets.
Yeah, you know, what you got to look at really is when talking about a high school basketball player, 35 points is insane. 35 points is like, wow, that guy might be one of the best scorers out here. But dropping 49 in one game like that, that is just...
It's very rare to see college or NBA players score 49 points, and Jevin Sullivan's doing it in a high school game with 8-minute quarters, which is pretty insane to do. Yeah. And then, Chris, let's talk about Perry.
Oh, of course. You know, at Perry, we saw, I didn't have the privilege of going to the game. However, Marcus Hopper, the sophomore, kind of came out and actually was the leading scorer that game. He had 16 points. We've seen a huge increase in production from Marcus in the last couple games. He's doing absolutely fantastic. Definitely sharing the ball around a little bit on the court is something that the Comets have been doing a great job of improving on. And he just, you know, dropping 16, it actually earned himself onto the starting lineup here tonight.
Yeah, and it's crazy to see Marcus Hopper to actually get some minutes, and he started producing right away.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as he started seeing an increase of playing time, we also saw a new Comet leading scorer. And this is a great matchup. DCG's a very good basketball team. So it's going to be tough for the Comets, but the Comets have momentum here tonight. So it should be very good, and they should be coming out here with confidence after the last 3 wins.
Yeah, right now the Comets are 8-11. DCG, however, is 14-6. So definitely a little bit of discrepancy here. But actually the next 2 teams North Polk plays, DCG 14-6, Ballard also 14-6. We're going to be seeing them on Thursday. DCG beat Ballard earlier this season. So I think if the Comets can pull off a win, or at least a really impressive showing tonight, then I've got a little more confidence going into the game against Ballard on Thursday.
Yeah, and this is our second to last boys game of the season. And so we're narrowing down to the end of the season, and the boys want to make a run here. So they have the momentum, and they want to keep that continued here tonight against DCG.
Yeah, DCG is coming off of a loss to Norwalk, a 10-point loss to Norwalk, and then the last couple games have been decently spotty. Looks like they went on a 7-game win streak to start the season. So they definitely have been, you know, pretty streaky, it appears. So we'll see how things go. Hopefully the Comets can hand them another L tonight.
And starting here for DCG, looks like we're going to have number 50, Ike Eddy. We're going to have number 42, who's not on our roster here. Then we'll have number 10, Luke Busby.
Tony Tarwo.
Number 10, Luke Mary.
I need the numbers because the numbers are wrong up here, so don't put stats.
Oh, where's the emergency pen?
And we're seeing a similar starting lineup here, but we're seeing Hunter Manock in the lineup here for the Comets today, which is a rare sight. I think this might be his first start of the season. And I believe we're seeing him in exchange for Andrew Weig, and we'll be here on a short break for the national anthem. 32. All right, we'll figure it out.
And we're back.
All right, tipping off here for the Mustangs is going to be number 50, Alex Thomas, against Jevin Sullivan. DCG is going to win the tip here, and it'll be in the hands there of Rankin. And Glasgow here, and back to Rankin. Rankin's going to drive inside, float that up, and no good there. Marcus Hopper struggles to get the rebound, and it's in the hands of Rankin, as the travel's going to be called on him, and it'll be going the other way.
Alrighty, here we have Bouchard taking up the court, and it is worth mentioning that usual starter senior Trevor Mathis is out with influenza B, and it appears to be Jackson Nemmers, the freshman, taking his place.
As Sullivan here now with the ball, kicks it out to Mannock. Mannock over here to Bouchard. Bouchard in the corner to Maring. Maring gets it off to Sullivan. Sullivan looks inside, decides to pass it out to Mannock, but Mannock, he looked to cut there. A little bit of miscommunication as the ball's going to go out of bounds. DCG will inbound.
It looked to me like Mannock actually cut after the pass was thrown.
Looks like
he seemed to think someone was maybe behind him.
Hall will inbound here to Rankin. Rankin here with the ball, hands it off to Leby. Leby over to, that was Glasgow there that got fouled. So DCG is going to take it in underneath. And Glasgow will inbound.
Oh, here Luke Maring already getting a foul. Luke Maring has fallen into foul trouble just about every game this season.
As that rebound there by Glasgow is good, as DCG is going to take the first bucket here with an early 2-point lead. Kobe Bouchard now with the ball, covered by Rankin. Bouchard picks up his dribble, gets it over to Mannock. Hunter Mannock here with the ball. Maring. Luke Maring looks to drive left off the screen from Hopper. Jevin Sullivan outside.
Looks like Sullivan is going to take another face guard this game.
Sullivan over to Maring. Maring swings it across to Mannock in the corner. Screen here by Hopper. Mannock drives baseline, tries to get it out to Bouchard, but it's stolen by Rankin. Rankin gets it all the way up the floor there to Leby, as Leby lays it up and in. Bouchard now with the ball. Timeout's going to be called here by North Polk. Slow start from both teams as North Polk is scoreless, and DCG here has 4 points early. All right, Jevin Sullivan will inbound here to Kobe Bouchard. As Bouchard will take the ball up the floor here for the Comets. Hunter Mannock now looks to drive baseline, tries to get it over to Maring, but it's tipped out of bounds there by Rankin. Bouchard looking inbound here for the Comets. Bouchard finds Mannock up top. Mannock double team, hands it off to Maring. Maring over to Bouchard. Tough defense here early by the Mustangs as Sullivan inside tries to float it up, and looks like it might have been tipped there, but Hopper's right there on the rebound, gets it up, as that lane is good there by the Mustangs. North Polk struggling defensively here early as they are down 4, 2-6 here. Bouchard now with the ball. It's Luke Maring on the wing. Up top to Hunter Mannock. Screen by Hopper. Mannock drives left. Stops. Kicks it out to Maring. Screen by Hopper. Maring drives right. Floats it up and no good off the back iron, and out here is Rankin now with the ball for the Mustangs. Kicks it back out to Rankin. Hands it off to Leby. Leby to Glasgow. Glasgow lays it up and rolls all around the rim and out, but Sullivan's there on the rebound. Sullivan gets it over to Bouchard. Bouchard will take the ball at the floor here for the Comets. Hunter Manock here with the ball. Luke Mehring over to Bouchard. Kobe Bouchard. And a foul's going to be called here on Rankin on the reach-in. His first foul here of this game. 2-6 here, 4:29 remaining in the first quarter.
We'd like to apologize. We were handed the wrong roster for names, so we are trying to do our best to try and fix those names up real quick using online resources.
As Hopper here is going to back down and no good, blocked by DCG. Glasgow here now with the ball is going to drive right past Mehring, laid up, but blocked by Hopper.
Huge block
foul.
from Hopper.
It won't be a block. A foul's going to be called, I believe, on Luke Mehring, a push in the back. Yep, it will be called on Mehring. That'll be his second here quickly. So that'll put Glasgow here at the line.
You know, Luke, we've been playing 4 minutes into this game and you're already 2 fouls in. Got to start playing a little cleaner.
Yeah, the foul troubles here have been an issue for the Comets this season, as it may be an early start to see that already. So that first one there is at the line. Extends the DCG lead to 5. As Parkins will be checked in the game here for Mehring. As that second one there at the line is good. And Bouchard gets it over there to Manock. Manock up top to Parkins. Bouchard over to Sullivan. Sullivan up top to Manock. Bouchard now over to Parkins in the left corner. Parkins finds Hopper. Bouchard outside for 3, and Bouchard's no good there. Short on that shot off the front iron.
You know what I do appreciate is that Kobe Bouchard has taken some of the shots that players in the Comets typically don't take.
And that shot there is good by Thomas.
That was Luke Rankin actually on the shot, I believe, number 10. Luke Rankin, I believe he is related to Billy Rankin of Boyden Hole Rock Valley, the 800-meter champion last year. At least he looks a little bit like him.
As Lindsay here with the ball. No good on the shot, but a foul will be called on Parkins, so Lindsay will be at the line.
It looked like Parkins missed the ball completely and then hit Lindsay, or Leby. Leby? Nope. Trenton Leby. Yeah, we'd like to apologize. A lot of the names we were given, actually not a single name on the roster we were given is correct, save for number 2, Ty Walker, who's not even in the game. So I'd like to apologize for that. Liebi?
So quick 8-point lead here for DCG. The defensive struggles continue for North Polk here in the first quarter as they have to try to find a stop to this DCG offense. They're looking to get inside quick, and they're managing to convert.
Yeah, you know, I still have a lot of confidence though right now in the Comets. Comets have definitely seen a lot of situations like this where they come out big down below. And so I really do appreciate that these have a tendency to either come back from those or just get buried deeper. And so, you know, DCG could easily run away with this game, but if the Comets start playing like they've been playing these last couple games, I can see the Comets coming back.
And offensively here for the Comets, they have to find some sort of rhythm because right now it's looking a bit sloppy. They seem to get off to a slow start. As defense from DCG here has been tough to start, they're looking to trap up at the top as soon as they get it across half court. And anywhere above that red line, they're coming and they're trapping hard.
Yeah.
As that shot at the line there is no good by Leby. As can't get the second one to fall either. Hoppert's there on the rebound. Bouchard now with the ball, covered by Rankin. Bouchard finds Hopper high post. Sullivan on the back cut. Hopper can't find him. Hands it off to Manock. Manock out to Bouchard. Gives it up top to Parkins. Sullivan now on the right wing. Drives middle. Looks to float it up, and it's going to be stolen away there by Leby. So Rankin drives down the other way, lays it up and in, and one for DCG.
The Comets are definitely going to need to stop fouling. It's starting to become a real issue, as I believe that's going to be... No, correction, that is going to be Bouchard's first.
That's the 14th foul here so far for the Comets. It's been a very physical game already on the Comets' defensive end. They're going to have to tone it down here. Not giving free shots at the line, as that one there by Rankin's good. Bouchard now over to Manock. Screened by Hopper. Manock drives middle. Kicks it out to Parkins for three. As Parkins connects on his first shot of the night. Gives the Comets here 5 to DCG's 13. 2:40 remaining in the first quarter. Rankin here gives it over to Smith. Back to Rankin, out in the corner. And he's going to be met by a double team. Rankin back up top. And Smith over to Rankin. Looks inside to number 50, Alex Thomas, who is no good there. Gives it to Bouchard.
Here's Manock up top.
Manock looks to hand it off to Sullivan. Couldn't find him. Gets it off to Parkins. Parkins inside here to Hopper. Hopper, it's going to lay it up and in off the friendly bounce.
Waka Waka, that's a bucket.
7-13 here. 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. As Rankin up top here.
You know, Rankin's definitely a threat on offense. We've seen that tonight for sure. But right now he's averaging 14.3 a game.
Gets it over in the corner there to Smith. Smith looks inside to Thomas. It's stolen away by Parkins. Bouchard now with the ball. Bouchard in the corner to Parkins. Back up top to Manock. Manock covered by Stratton. Screened by Hopper. Bouchard now in the corner. Kicks it over to Manock for three. And Manock short there. His first shot and first miss of the night.
So that was Dawson Lego on the rebound from DCG.
As Rankin gets it over to Smith. Almost turned over there. Smith back to Rankin. As Rankin can't connect there. Rebound by Stratton, and a foul's going to be called on Kobe Bouchard.
Yeah, it looked pretty blatant to me, unfortunately. Kobe Bouchard put a little too much right into that.
Yeah, both battling for the board there, as Stratton had position there. Kobe Bouchard with the push. That'll be his second foul of the night, with the team's 5th.
You know, moments like this are exactly where the Comets are really going to start missing Trevor Sullivan, just for having another player they can put into the game, as they have two players at 2 fouls, one player at 1.
That layup there by Smith is good. Somehow got that one up and in under the heavy North Polk defense. Andrew Weig is checked in the game here and gets it over to Bouchard.
You know, Andrew Weig's been a very streaky player. Some games he just goes off and can get a whole lot of threes, and some games he just can't seem to get a right bucket. He could be the savior North Polk needs tonight.
As Sullivan no good there on that jump shot. North Polk trailing here by 8, 7-15, 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Rankin looks to slow it down, maybe trying to get the last shot of the corner. It looks like they'll be doing so. Rankin still up top. Rankin looks to drive left, kicks it out there to Smith for 3. Smith left wide open. Weig's there on the rebound. Up to Bouchard. And took too long there. Shot was way off either ways. But 7-15 here, North Polk down. And offensively, it's been a slow start for them, not being able to find many openings.
Yeah, the Comets are really going to start needing to figure something out here and start tightening down their game a little bit. Right now, Marcus Hopper, the leading scorer for the Comets at 2, and Luke Rankin of DCG at 6. Jevin Sullivan kept scoreless. It looks as though this face guard is doing a little bit better of a job than Roland Story's face guard did, as Jevin Sullivan pretty much took, I believe, Adam McElrath of Roland Story and just made him into his pet. It was every single shot he took right in his face like it wasn't doing a darn thing. However, the face guard that we are seeing from Trenton Liaby, Leby. The face guard we're seeing from Trenton Leby right now seems to be pretty darn effective, as Sullivan can only get, I believe, 2 shots off the entire first quarter, and both of them were unsuccessful.
Yeah, and the defense here from DCG has been pretty good here to start off this game. They've been tough. They are in all the passing lanes. They're covering every opening, and it's hard to find the open guy for an easy shot, as even if you do get it to them, they're already closing out, and they're there by the time that they're catching the basketball. And so it's been very tough for North Polk to try to find a shot or find any sort of rhythm here early.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going to have Cole Glasgow subbing into the game. He is actually the leading scorer for Dallas Center Grimes on the season. He averages 16.1. He is number 24.
As screen there by Weig over to Bouchard. Bouchard hands it off to Parkins, back to Weig. Weig gives it off to Maring in the corner. Marin gives it right back to Weig on the pick and pop. Weig looks to drive in, hop steps, kicks it out to Parkins. Parkins over to Bouchard for 3. Bouchard short there. Sullivan's on the old board. Sullivan's going to go up strong. Can't get the friendly roll there.
Well, Sullivan's a pretty tall guy, but DCG definitely got a lot of guys just a little bit taller than him, including Alex Thomas, Dawson Lego, and that appears to be the only ones currently on the court.
As in the corner here now, number 24, Cole Glasgow. And a timeout's going to be called here by DCG so far. A minute here in the second. Still 7-15. North Polk trailing by 8. And North Polk just can't seem to find an offensive rhythm. We saw there another missed shot. And Sullivan's trying to find an opening and not coming easy for him so far to start this game.
Oh, yeah. No, that's definitely for sure. You definitely cannot discredit that at all. You know, right now I think what's going to need to happen for the Comets is they're just going to need to start giving themselves more shot opportunities, because I feel like that's the biggest problem is usually they can't get enough shots off to even, because you have to take shots in order to make shots, and that seems to be the biggest issue. Kobe Bouchard's been putting in a little bit of time from the three-point line. I think he's put up 3 already and connected with none of them thus far, so that's another concern.
As Maring here has the ball now, gets it over to Bouchard. Bouchard looks inside to Sullivan and finds him. Sullivan
wide open.
The travel's going to be called, but it looked like Sullivan passed before his feet touched the ground.
Yeah, I can't say I 100% agree with that call. But he did find Weig wide open. I can assume that would have ended in a bucket for the Comets.
Yeah, it was solid defense there by number 42, Cody Hall, as he really just bodied up Sullivan there as Sullivan tried to back him down. Did not work out too well.
Yeah.
So it's inside to Hall. Hall lays it up and in. 7-17, North Polk trails by 10. Bouchard hands it off to Andrew Weig for 3. Weig can't connect there, but Maring's right on the O board and can't lay it up and in as Weig almost gets it, but it's in the hands there of Glasgow, who's going to throw it up the floor here to Leby. Leby gets it over to Glasgow. Glasgow hands it off to Rankin. Rankin looks down low, and nice pass there to Cody Hall, who dished it quickly off to Thomas.
Yeah, fantastic ball mover from DCG. That was very impressive.
Bouchard over to Maring. Screen by Sullivan. Sullivan inside now. And the fouls.
They're going to call another travel on Sullivan.
And Sullivan's not too happy about that one, as I didn't quite see it, but I didn't have the angle on it. I had a player in front of me there, so I can't be too much of a judge on it. As Rankin will take the ball up the floor for the Comets, or for the Mustangs, sorry about that. Leby up top, gets it over to Rankin. Rankin inside to Hall. And back out here to Hall. Hall's going to lay it up and in off the glass. Defense from Sullivan, not good enough.
Hall is another player who's definitely a lot taller than most of the players on North Polk's lineup right now. Notably, a little bit taller than Marcus Hoppert, who is the tallest player.
Mannock here. Looks down low to Bouchard, can't find him, gets it over to Sullivan. Sullivan looks to drive right, spins, and almost turns the ball over. Nice save there by Mannock. Sullivan down low, lays it up and in there. It looks like it almost could have been blocked there by Glasgow. Sullivan does a good job under the pressure.
Yeah, barely got away with that, and those are going to be his first points of the night and cut down the deficit to 12 points.
As Rankin here gets it over in the corner to Leby. And Levy's going to be called with a travel there. Took a step before dribbling. Sullivan will inbound.
Looks like we have number 14, Thomas Jones, coming into the game. Thomas hasn't seen a whole lot of minutes lately. Not to say that he's not deserving of them in any way. It's just more players have stepped up. And notably, in the absence of Trevor Mathis, he's definitely going to be one of those players that you see come into the game a little more often tonight.
And Thomas Jones is definitely one of the best defensive players here for the Comets. He's a great hustle player, and he's going to go after every loose ball. So he's a great player to have in for this Comets lineup.
He's definitely valuable on offense as well, always setting picks that can be super valuable.
As that shot there, once again, no good by Sullivan. And that lay-in there by number 50, Alex Thomas, is good.
Gonna lay it up like it's nothing. Alex Thomas is 6'6", compared to Marcus Hopper of North Polk, who is 6'4", being the tallest member of the team.
As Bouchard now with the ball covered by Rankin. Gets it over to Manon. Screen by Hopper. Hopper rolls. Manon gets it over to Bouchard. Hopper posts up. Bouchard looks inside. Can't find him. Gets it over to Manon. Back to Bouchard. Bouchard drives baseline, dishes it off to Hopper, who lays it up, no good there. Thomas Jones almost tips it to Bouchard, but he'll tip it out of bounds. It'll be DCG ball.
Thomas Jones showing a lot of hops right there, trying to go for that rebound, did not quite get it.
As Hall inbounds here to Rankin. 9-23 here, 3:40 remaining in the first half. As Glasgow here with the ball gets it over to Rankin. Rankin in the corner to Leby. Leby inside, back out to Rankin. And Rankin's good for the wide open three there.
That's going to put
Extends the
Rankin
lead
at
to 17.
9 points on the night. He usually scores 14.1 according to his stat sheet.
Manock now over to Jones. Screened by Hopper. Jones out to Manock.
Jones doesn't quite have the confidence to turn around and make that into a shot.
As nice pass there down low to Hopper. Hopper
stolen away by Sullivan.
Sullivan, who knocks down the three off the dribble.
That's going to be Sullivan's 5th point of the night, and he's already going to surpass Marcus Hopper as the leading scorer for the Comets tonight.
As number 24, Glasgow has it here. Back to Rankin. Rankin inside to Thomas. And Glasgow out to Rankin.
DCG's coach telling him to slow down a little bit.
Leby over to Rankin. Rankin looks to drive middle, floats it up. No good there, rebounded by Hopper. Hopper gets it out to Sullivan.
Sullivan liked the way that three-point shot worked out.
Sullivan gets it off to Bouchard. Bouchard inside to Sullivan. Sullivan looks to drive in, looks to spin, but he's cut off. Gets it out to Manon. Back to Sullivan. Pump fakes, drives inside, tries to lay it up. A foul will be called. He'll be at the line there for 2. I believe that foul will be called on Trenton Leby. Correction to be called on Alex Thomas.
Yeah, that'll be Alex Thomas on the foul. You know, Trenton Leby, he's a little bit taller than Jevin Sullivan is. He's one of the tallest players. I believe that probably puts him somewhere around 6'4", 6'5", to Jevin Sullivan 6'3". So that's something you really got to notice, is that the Mustangs in general are so tall that you can honestly barely see the difference between a regular sized player and a player that would be gigantic size for the Comets.
As that second free throw there is good by Jevin Sullivan, as Rankin will take the ball to the floor here for the Mustangs. Gets it over to Glasgow, back to Rankin. In the corner here to Leby. Leby down low to Stratton. A 3-second violation is going to be called there on number 44, Dawson Lego. Bouchard here with the ball now. Bouchard looking to slow down here for the Comets. Over to Hopper. Sullivan now. Up top to Manon. Sullivan looks to drive right, cut off. Finds baseline, kicks it over to Bouchard. Bouchard looks to shoot. He's going to hold off. give it up top to Manock. Over to Wag, inside to Hopper. Hopper uses the nice hook there and gets it up and in.
And the Comets have cut this lead down from 15 to 10.
That baby hook there for Marcus Hopper has been solid for him all year long.
Absolutely. You know, I see the duo of Marcus Hopper and Jevin Sullivan being very dangerous for the Comets for the next 2 years.
Glasgow gets it over to Levy. Levy inside to Lego. Out to Rankin. Rankin gets it over to Stratton, who can't get the floater there to go.
See Hunter Manock go for that rebound right there. Unfortunately, being only 5'2", he was unable to quite get up there.
As Bouchard now hands it off to Sullivan. Screen by Hopper. Back to Bouchard. Bouchard looks to drive middle, cut up by Rankin. Gets it down low to Wag, who's going to look to float it up. No good there. Rebounded by Stratton. Rankin now will take it up the floor for the Mustangs. 20 seconds remaining here in the corner. They're going to look to hold it once again to get the last shot. 16-26 here. North Polk trails by 10.
You know, this is something you got to look at. Roland Story was another team that had a lot of height advantage over the Comets, similar to DCG here. However, in the Roland Story game, a couple things worked out really differently. For example, the Comet defense was able to shut down the offense that right now is just seems to be killing them with DCG's offense. So I think the defense was a little tighter that game, and maybe DCG's got a little stronger of an offense to boot than at least Roland Story's did.
And we just saw Cole Glasgow there knocked down a 3. The defense here from North Polk so far has been pretty
lackluster, to say the least.
Yeah, as they've got DCG's had a lot of open opportunities from the perimeter here so far in this game, and that's where a lot of the points come from. 16-29. That's where we get the 13-point deficit here for the Comets. And like you were mentioning, the offense can't find a rhythm. It's been slow. The defense has been pretty solid as they've been shutting down North Polk.
Oh yeah, and definitely what we've seen is that Trenton Levy has done an amazing job of just being a good face guard to Jevin Sullivan. Jevin Sullivan's 2 points, one of them comes from getting down low and just getting an easy little layup, and the other one comes from a steal that he converted into a 3-point shot. But when he is guarded by Levy, it's just, you know, it's a very different story than when he was guarded by, face guarded by Adam McElrath. Mainly because I think Levy's a good basketball player.
Yeah, and we did see Jevin Sullivan. He's able to get some shots off there in that second quarter. He got 7, and so we're hoping to see a bigger performance here from him in the second half. We're going to take a short break for you during halftime, and we'll be back in about 9 minutes.
Thank you.
1 minute. 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 1 minute.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are back here in North Polk. Comets down by 13, 16-29 after the first half. It's been a slow start here for the Comets offensively and defensively, as they have not been able to find an offensive rhythm here so far to start this game.
Yeah, however, I do firmly believe that the Comets do still have a shot in this game right now, despite the 13-point deficit. The Comets, they're not really known for hoisting huge comebacks, but against Bondurant Farrar, I believe they were down 15, ended up making that game a 2-point game at one point in the fourth quarter. So that was really exciting, and I'd really like to see that come again. And especially since the last game they had Perry, they scored 15 in the third quarter and held Perry to only 7. So I see maybe the Comets coming back and having a better third quarter than we're typically used to.
Yeah, and so they're hungry. They're still on a 3-game win streak, so they want to win this game. And I expect them to see them battle back just like they did against Roland Story. And we'll see who's going to be the factor here for North Polk tonight.
Yeah, I have to look towards Marcus Hopper and Jevin Sullivan. Usually it's crazy to think at the beginning of the season when we, talk about who's going to be a big factor in a game. Usually we'd only talk about Jevin, but now we've got a few more players we can talk about. Luke Merring has had some high-scoring games. He can stay out of foul trouble for the rest of this game. He might have another one. Andrew Weig has had a lot of high-scoring games. If he can find his rhythm tonight, that'll be huge. And Marcus Hopper's been showing up a lot lately, so I really hope he can do a little more of that tonight.
Yeah, Marcus Hopper, it's a big piece here for the Comets, especially on defense. He's their presence in the paint. He is their tallest guy. He is their defensive piece in the paint, and as well as he's their only big man.
Oh, yeah.
They don't have any big guys except Marcus Hopper, so they rely on him to shut down the paint.
Yeah, especially against the big men of DCG. We got Trent Leby, we got Alex Thomas.
And Cody Hall. They've been big here so far tonight.
Oh, yeah, putting in layups like it's nothing just because no one else can guard them. A huge defensive piece that the Comets are missing tonight is the groundhog man himself, Trevor Mathis, Punisher of Sadell. He's definitely been missed tonight, and I hope to see him next game if he's healthy.
As the ball's going to be inbounding here to Glasgow. Mannock will pick him up. Up top to Rankin.
Rankin and Glasgow are typically the leading scorers for DCG, and that's definitely reflected right now on the scoreboard.
As we're seeing a 2-3 zone here to start off the second half from the Comets. Usually we see a 1-3-1. They're switching out to the 2-3 zone, seeing if that's going to help them. As Hall gets it out to Rankin. Rankin looking for options. Back to Hall. Hall in the corner there to Leby. Leby back up top to Glasgow. Glasgow tries to get it over there to Hall, and it's going to be out of bounds.
Wow.
Over to Comet ball.
I don't know if you guys saw that running form, but if you ever played Black Ops Zombie 2, or Black Ops 2 Zombies mode, it looked like some running from that. So I really did appreciate that little jog right there from Luke Rankin, cousin to Billy Rankin, 800-meter champion.
I'm not sure what that was, but all right. As that ball is turned over there by Hunter Mannock off the knee of Sullivan. Up the floor here to Hall, no good, and rebounded by Thomas. Thomas is going to float it up and finds the bottom of the net.
Thomas being 6'6", just too much of a height advantage. You can clearly see he's a good 2 inches taller than Marcus Hopper, who comes in around 6'4".
It's Merring here is going to be screened from Hopper and almost stolen away, but Bouchard gets control, gets it out to Mannock. Mannock will hand it off to Sullivan. Screen by Hopper. Sullivan drives middle. Pump fakes, kicks it out Merring. Down low to Hopper, blocked by Alex Thomas.
There's that height advantage I just mentioned coming in full force.
And down low here to Thomas. Nice pass to set it up as the defense there from North Polk is not enough. Bouchard here now with the ball. Rankin covering. Over to Mannock. Mannock looks down low to Hopper. Once again, another miscue here from the Comets. Yeah, as we've seen quite a few of those here tonight, the Comets don't seem to be focused, and it's causing a lot of errors here.
Yeah, we're missing a lot of the communication that we've seen in other games.
As that could be why we're here at a 17-point deficit. In the corner here to Glasgow. Glasgow looks down low and finds Hall. Hall's going to have a layup, but no shot. Foul's going to be called on the ground on Marcus Hopper. That'll be Hopper's first of the game. Yes, his first. As his layup's no good there from Hall. Rebounded by Bouchard. Bouchard looks to hand it off to Sullivan, but decides to keep it as it's almost stolen away. Gets it over to Luke Mehring. Screened by Hopper. Mehring drives right, pulls up from no good there from the elbow.
And that is going to keep this game at a 17-point deficit and make it 19.
Gets it up the floor there to Leby on the strong lay under heavy contact. Bouchard over to Manon. Screened by Hopper. Manon gets it over to Sullivan. And stolen away by Leby. Leby's going to take down the other end. Tries to go and should have been called a block there. No, it shouldn't have. That was a clear foul.
Yeah,
I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt, but no, that was a clear foul. But Leby will be at the line here from 2. That's what you got to do. If he's going to go up that high and try to dunk it down, then you got to let him know where he's at.
Oh, yeah. You know, I can definitely tell you right there he was going for the dunk. I called it myself, I do want to say. And so I do appreciate him going up there and saying, nope, you're not getting this dunk on me.
Yeah, Jevon's not going to allow that here on his home court.
Yeah, and I believe what we're seeing here is similar to what we saw against, I believe, Nevada or Gilbert, where Jevon gets a little frustrated with his face guard. Because, you know, I mean, face guard's a little bit of a cheap tactic sometimes, trying to shut down the best player that you have. And so I think that right there was a little venting of that frustration. And it led to him, I believe, fouling out of the game. So I really hope that is not the case tonight.
As Parkins here now with the ball. Gets it over to Mehring. Bouchard over to Sullivan. Sullivan looking to do something against Leby here. Looks to drive in. Kicks it out to Parkins for the open 3. A travel's called once again. He just caught the basketball.
Yeah, I'm not even quite sure he had enough time with the ball in his hand to call that a travel.
I don't think I've seen a high school basketball game this year yet with this many fouls in a game as I've seen here in the first 3 quarters.
Yeah, I fully agree, especially the travel calls. I think we've seen 4 or 5 tonight. You know, going both ways, of course, but it's still kind of wild to see that many.
As that layup there is no good by Alex Thomas, as Bouchard will take the ball up the floor for the Comets.
So the Comets have had a string of decent luck right now with DCG missing a lot of easy layups. However, they just have not been able to convert on the other side of the court, giving themselves any points.
As Sullivan hits the fading mid-range shot right in the eye of Leby.
That's going to cut that lead right down to 19 points.
As Glasgow up top to Leby, down low to Hall, back to Leby. Nice pass there, but Leby throws it right underneath the rim. Can't find the hoop, apparently, on that open layup. As Mehring here has the ball, gets it over to Sullivan. Sullivan looks to drive right. Nice screen by Hopper as Sullivan hops, but blocked by Glasgow.
You know, the entire team collapsed down on him like that. It's hard to do anything when that happens.
As that was Leby there on the missed layup, but Glasgow's there on the tip-in.
That's Glasgow leading scorer, averages 16 a game. I believe that'll be his 10th.
Oh, correction, that was actually Thomas there on the tip-in. As that shot's good here for the Comets. 20-39, North Polk trails by 19. Glasgow up top, wide open for 3.
Bam!
And knocks it down. That's what we were talking about before. North Polk has been leaving a lot of shooters open on the perimeter, and that is why we see a 22-point deficit. 20-42, 3 minutes remaining in the third. Stolen away by Rankin. Rankin will have a wide open layup.
He's going to convert that easy. This might be one of those games we start to see a lot of bench players from DCG, and if we do, we're just going to start taking guesses on their names because they did not give us a correct roster, and we don't want to have to deal with it.
And a timeout's going to be called here from the Comets, rightfully so. They need to find some way to be able to stop this DCG offense, as well as find some way to start some offense for themselves.
You know, the Comets have come up clutch in a couple fourth quarter situations. You know, I could only hope that the Comets can do it again tonight. But with a 24-point lead on the court, or on the board right now, it doesn't look terribly likely. But it is worth noting that the Comets are, you know, typically not as good in the third quarter, and that definitely seems to be the case tonight. Looks like Jevon Sullivan's dad's actually going over to the bench. Maybe give him a pep talk. Maybe we can see another historic performance from Jevon Sullivan tonight.
And so we'll see here if after the timeout, if North Polk can find a way to step it up here just a bit to cut into that 24-point deficit. As Mehring will inbound here for the Comets. Mannock here with the ball. Over to Y. Screen by Thomas. It's Mannock here now on the wing. Thomas Jones on the screen. Mannock gets it over to Parkins. Parkins looks to drive middle, gets it out to Wag for the deep three. Wag can't get the bounce there as it's almost tipped out of bounds by Glasgow. Glasgow gets the strat. Glasgow looking to take the ball for the Mustangs. And shots good there by Glasgow. That'll be his 12th point of the night.
Right now we have 3 players in double digits from DCG. We have number 10, Rankin. We have number 24, Glasgow. And we have 50, Thomas.
And we have 0 for the Comets.
0 players in double digits for the Comets. Jevin Sullivan at 9, Marcus Hoppert at 6.
Glasgow hands it off there to Smith. Smith over to Stratton. Up top to Glasgow. Back out to Stratton, who pump fakes and gets it over to Smith for 3.
Deep.
And no good there, off the front iron and out of bounds. Parkins inbound here for the Comets. He'll inbound to Mannock to take the ball up the floor. Mannock's going to be picked up by Stratton. Over to Parkins in the corner to Y. Screen by Jones. Y drives middle. Over to Mannock. Out to Mary. Mary looks to hop in, stolen away by Stratton.
No. I see a little anger in Mary.
And a travel's going to be called. Woo. And it'll go the other way.
I'm telling you right now, Mary would have fouled him. He would have done it. If that travel was not called, Mary would have fouled him.
As Parkins here now with the ball. Covered by number 44. Lego. Mannock over to Y. Y over to Mary. Mary looks to drive left and stolen away by Lego.
Lego.
Blocked by Parkins.
Blocked by Jones. 22, then the shot
Rebounded
by Stratton.
Then blocked by Jones is almost turned over by Y. Yeah. A foul will be rightfully called. I believe they're going to call that on Stratton, and they will. So it'll be North Polk ball going the other way. Mannock will inbound here to Bouchard. Maring's checked out of the game. Maring hands it off to Parkins. Bouchard, correction. Parkins drives inside, lays it up, no good.
You know, I do appreciate the tenacity from Parkins right there, willing to drive in. We need more Comet players willing to take shots like that.
As Stratton gets it out to Glasgow. Glasgow tries to get it down low to Lego. It's tipped all the way around.
You can really see the height advantage coming through on that one.
And that deep three is hit there by Glasgow.
So he's going to go to 15 on the night. 1 point shy of his game average.
It's 21 seconds remain here in the third as Parkins can't connect. Glasgow's going to take it down on the other end. And a blocking foul will be called. He'll be at the line for 2. North Polk trailing here 20-49 as the offensive struggle is very prevalent.
That's going to be a foul on Mannock, his first of the night. That is going to be the Comets' 4th of this half to DCG's 1 in this half.
As North Polk can't find any rhythm at all so far here in this game. Can't find an open guy, can't stop somebody on the defensive end, as we've seen many shooters wide open for 3 at Glasgow, especially here with 15 points so far. Bouchard now with the ball here. Looks to drive right past Stratton, gets it out to Weig for 3, who answers back.
There we go.
As Stratton's going to shoot, try to beat the buzzer, and way short there. 23-49, your final score here after the third quarter. North Polk trailing. And got to find some way to maybe light a fire.
Yeah, you know, that 49 right there reminds me of better days. Better days being 2 games ago when Jevin Sullivan dropped 49 on Greene County. Can he pull a miracle like that tonight? The face guard right now has been just brutal from Leby, who is just shutting him down. But then you also got to talk about Leby on the other side of the court. He's been playing great both sides. He might be the MVP for DCG tonight.
Yeah, it's been tough here for Jevin Sullivan to try to find any open opportunities to score. The defense has just been too good. Sullivan doesn't have many options to pass to either, as they're all covered up. And it's been a very, very cold night here so far from the Comets.
Yeah, you really got to talk about just how great defense has been from DCG, and then how the Comets' defense has been ripped apart by DCG. DCG will just drive to the basket and get an easy layup, but even if they miss it, their height advantage allows them to get the rebound and then put in another easy layup until something finally hits. Yeah,
a lot of offensive boards here so far for DCG Mustangs, as they are ahead 50-23. Bouchard here now with the ball. Sullivan cutting from behind as Bouchard gets it over to Sullivan. Back up to Bouchard, over to Matt Crabb. Down low to Hopper. Hopper's going to try to put the big body there on Alex Thomas as he lays it up and in. As Marcus Hopper here.
That's going to be his 8th point of the night.
8 points. My bad.
There he is, Leby.
Leby, nice spin there on the mid-range shot and in.
Like I said, Leby, a very, I feel like, underrepresented player. It's an asset on defense and offense.
As Bouchard now with the ball, covered by Rankin. Sullivan hops inside, and a foul is going to be called on Leby. So Sullivan will be at the line here for 2.
Sullivan has been one of the better free throw shooters for the Comets. We really haven't seen a lot of trips to the line from either team tonight.
We did see a great move there by Sullivan, trying to create some space, put the body in on Leby, as the contact there was just enough to get the foul call and put Sullivan here at the line for 2, as the first one there is good.
Yeah, he is 73.5 from the line, second only to Luke Merring at 76. Correction, behind Bouchard, Merring, and Weig.
As he can't get the second one to fall, Rankin here now with the ball for the Mustangs. Screen by Tice, and 3 there by Tice, no good. Bouchard on the rebound. Oh, to Weig. Weig's going to drive baseline, lays it up, and a charge will be called as he was clearly set.
Right now you can see a look of defeat on the Comets bench right now. You can just see in their eyes right now that this one stings a little bit, especially hearing DCG's bench getting so loud right now.
You know what's crazy is all of DCG's 7 people in their student section are louder than our full North Pole crowd.
I agree.
As outside there, number 34.
That's another travel call. Those have been very prolific tonight, both teams. And that shot was by 34, Owen Curtis. Nice knee, Owen.
Bouchard here now with the ball. Bouchard gets in Matt Crabb, almost turned over, and it is turned over. Rankin's there on the steal. Oh, they're going to call a travel. Good call.
I'm okay with that travel. I believe that's going to be the 9th travel call of the night. That's kind of excessive, but alas. Now I'd like to apologize for my comment on Owen's knee that I just did. My bad. Heat of the moment. We all make mistakes in the heat of passion.
As a foul's going to be called there on Leby. That'll be Leby's 2nd foul here of the night. As Sullivan inbounds to Hopper. Hopper, no good on the lay. Good defense there by Alex Thomas. He's got 2 first names. Looks like Curtis gets it out to Rankin, who's going to pull and hit from mid-range.
Easy bucket right there.
As Bouchard now with the ball. And almost stolen by Rankin. Maybe a reach-in foul, but no call. 5:39 remaining in the game. 26-54. Bouchard, or Weig in the corner up top to Bouchard. Bouchard over to Sullivan. And Sullivan almost out of bounds. Gets it, tries to save there to Hopper. Stolen away by Bouchard.
Little Crab and Bouchard working together on that.
As Andrew Weig now drives inside and blocked by Tice. And a foul is going to be called on Kobe Bouchard. Tyler Tice, that's a tall dude.
Yeah, no doubt. Tyler Tice is 6'2". Oh, man, 52.
Yeah, B. Barrett, he's a big guy, too.
Yeah, Bo Barrett, 6'6",
that's not a V.
officially listed. Did you say B?
I thought that was a V, Chris, that you wrote on the paper.
Oh, my bad, my bad. Again, we were handed the wrong roster, so I had to jot down some names really quick.
Curtis gets it out to Rankin. Rankin hands it off there to Curtis. Curtis will be called for a travel here as he took a few too many steps in the paint. Ooh. Manock now with the ball.
Oh, looks like Levy has been subbed out of the game. Oh, Glasgow's in for him. Okay, I was going to say, I thought Jevin Sullivan might have not had the face guard. Glasgow is not Levy, though. Oh.
And no fouls going to be called there. Looked like quite a bit of contact on that Sullivan layup. As the layup's good there by Rankin. Extends the lead out here to 30.
You know, I don't understand keeping Rankin and Glasgow, your two best scorers in the game at this time, but they are.
Sullivan knocks down the deep range ball.
Hey,
make that a 27-point deficit here. Maybe North Polk can make a comeback here in the final 4 minutes.
Yeah, I mean,
there is hope.
North Polk might be the greatest comeback team of all time.
There is hope after all, Chris.
There is. As Jevin Sullivan is the first North Polk player to break double digits tonight to DCG's 4. We saw Luke Rankin break. We saw Cole Glasgow break it. We saw Alex Thomas break it. And then we saw Trenton Levy break it.
And now Jevin Sullivan.
Now Jevin.
29-56 here, about 4 minutes remaining in the game. And has not been a close game so far. North Polk has heavily struggled offensively and defensively, as it's been coming easy for DCG all night.
Yeah, but you know what? Some good takeaways we've seen from North Polk tonight.
Jevin Sullivan.
He's
been able to get open.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of communication. They haven't allowed a lot of threes. That is a good point.
Glasgow's had about 3.
Well, he's different.
As Maring gets a steal there. Maring gets it out to Weig. Weig pump fakes, drives inside, tries to lay it up and in. There is hope after all.
Weig is going to be at 5 points on the night.
It's number 14. Nick Lawton. Stolen away there once again from the Comets. Hunter Manock here now with the ball is going to drive in, tries to dish it off. Thomas Jones stolen away there.
Looks like he wasn't ready for that one at all.
By Walker.
Yeah, pretty blatant foul from Weig.
Out there.
I'm not going to lie to you.
Weig, so Curtis draws a foul.
Owen Curtis seems like a really cool guy. Just kind of an observation. Seems like the type of guy you're good buddies with. I don't know if you guys picked that up at home, but kind of get that vibe from him.
As Curtis inbounds here to number 14, Nick Lawton. In the corner there for 3 from Curtis, no good. And a little scramble here for the ball as a jump ball will be called. That'll stay DCG ball. That was big boy, number 52, Bo Barrett on the ground for that one.
Wow, look at the size comparison, Barrett to Jones. There's a solid 9 inches of height difference.
Yeah, that's a whole head taller there.
That is painful.
As Barrett gets it over to Lawton. Lawton down low to Barrett. Barrett's going to get way short there on that floater as Weig's on the rebound.
Weig is now the tallest player on the court at 6'2". I mean, for the Comet side at 6'2".
I couldn't tell you who number 4 is, and for the Comets, I'm guessing that's a freshman.
Oh, that is in fact a freshman. That is you know, I know the guy. Jackson Nemers. That is Jackson Nemers. We actually saw him in the end of the JV game. He scored the Comets' last 8 points, including the game-tying free throw and the game-winning free throw. So he's got the clutch gene in him. But is it clutch enough to bring the Comets back in this game?
As that free throw there from Mering is good. And we'll see Jack Bunkers. We have not seen Bunkers here in a minute. Jack Bunkers is a character of a guy. Great player here for the Comets. Very physical player. Great for the JV team. He
amazing speed to
very scrappy. Needless to say.
You know, Jack Bunkers, he might be one of the best sprinters on this team, as he is just known for his speed and flexibility. Hopefully we can see that on the court.
As it's been told by Coach Johnson as well as Jack Bunkers himself, he's been close to starting a few fights in JV basketball.
Oh,
it's exciting. Sounds like me back in my days.
You know, I do like a good basketball fight. I mean, not that we condone violence or want to see any of that in a nice North Polk basketball game, but if one happens, it happens. There's Nemers.
And Parkins now with the ball.
Nemers and Parkins, the only 2 freshmen we've actually seen on the varsity lineup this season.
And back up top to Bunkers for 3. Bunkers can't hit from deep. And I know Bunkers can hit that deep range ball. He's quite a sharpshooter. So Walker hands it off there to Lawton. Back to Walker. Walker down low to Barrett. Big boy in the paint and can't get the open layup. But Curtis is there on the rebound, lays it up and in.
Look at that big old smile on Curtis's face. Like I said, Curtis seems like an upstanding guy, like a guy who'd be a great friend. I didn't like that he scored on North Polk just there, mainly because I'm a North Polk fan, but oh, ladies and gentlemen, the Mamba himself, Josh Gehring, looks to be checking into the game, number 23.
Let's just take a moment. Let's look at that. Oh, nice hand one there by Parkins. But let's look at Josh Gehring's beautiful mullet.
I know.
That's a wonderful mullet.
You know, you got to put some respect on that mullet.
A lot of North Polk people have been trying to grow out mullets, but nobody can do it as good as Josh Gehring.
Exactly. We've seen a lot of people go for it, but we just haven't quite seen the success from them that we've seen from Josh.
He has pulled off the classic mullet look, as people have been bringing it back, but let me tell you, he brought it back best.
Exactly. You know, I feel like no one else can do it after him because they won't have the opportunity to do it as good.
Like, we know state wrestler
Dylan Miners.
And his mullet. It's beautiful. He even got a perm on that mullet.
I know.
But it does not beat the pristine mullet that Josh Gehring is rocking at this moment.
Exactly. And Mark Cox, a D2 D lineman commit for North Polk, he also has a mullet.
Yeah, but Mark Cox's mullet is horrible compared to Dylan Miners. And Dylan Miners doesn't even top Josh Gehring. So I don't even know how you compare it to Josh Gehring.
Exactly. And, you know, I feel like some people, when they get mullets, they're just going to take a picture. They'll be like, hey, listen, I want a mullet just like this. That's a darn good mullet right there.
It's North Polk trails here, 36-58, a minute 11 remaining. It's Ty Walker's here at the line. And no good there on the first shot.
You know, another thing we got to talk about right now is Matt Crabb's beard. I'm not going to lie, that might be the most impressive beard I've seen from a high school student just about ever.
Yeah, he pulls that off.
He really does. Like, it is nice. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say, me and Kobe are having a little fun towards the end of this game here. We might be very well coming into our last couple games at this job. So, here's Josh Gehring from three.
Oh, he's got to get one on the season. He'll get a chance here. He's still got a minute left.
But I would like you guys to know, Josh Gehring hit a sick mid-range at Perry yesterday, and he was telling me about it this morning, and that's just exciting.
And that layup there is it is good, on the defense by Josh Gehring. It was good defense, but
this is all Josh Gehring's ball. Everybody knows it. This is his shot to take.
Josh Gehring gets the layup to go.
Let's go!
Josh Gehring coast to coast there on the lay.
And he's had a bit of a hot streak, scoring 2 in both games he's played this week on just a few minutes.
As Nemers here now with the ball, looking down the court to Gehring.
I believe Nemers was put into the lineup with Trevor Mathis being out. There's Crab from 3. Oh.
And no good. Just a little bit left there on the shot. 7 seconds remain. Looks like your final score here in All-American Iowa is going to be 38-61. North Polk ending that 3-game win streak. And it was tough all around as North Polk couldn't find a rhythm all game, both offensively and defensively.
Yeah.
Jevin Sullivan, your leading scorer here for North Polk.
I fully agree. You know, I got to say, I believe DCG was just a better team in general, better height, better athleticism, better shooting, way better defense, I'd say. As Commerce only able to put up 38 points, which is 11 points shy of Jevin Sullivan's 1-game record. Jevin was kind of locked down, just an amazing face guard from Leby, who I got to say might be the best player DCG's got on both sides of the ball. Just, wow, you know, great game from DCG. The Comets have a lot to improve on when it comes to Ballard on Thursday.
And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be back here Thursday for North Polk versus Ballard, and we'll also be back here tomorrow for the first regional game for the girls against PCM.
Yes, but we would like to say that game, due to state laws, is only going to be a radio broadcast. We'll be having the scoreboard and our voices, but nothing else due to state laws.
And also, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you next time.